How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massive Beer Reviews back with yet another review, and we're going to do another curiosity from the box that Steve sent me, and this is number 62. I love this art. I always liked all their stuff. Like I said in the last one, it's kind of like Rockwellian to me, but this reminds me of actually a couple of little these framed knitted things I got for my wife. They had birds on them. This kind of reminds me of that, so it kind of makes me happy. Probably. Don't hold me to it. Probably going to do a theme week of curiosity beers. I got like 5 or 6 or 7 of these from Steve and the crazy beer mail he sent off to me. So I figured I'd do all these and probably post them one day and do like a whole week of them, maybe minus the mystery beer Monday kind of thing. Let's see what's what. The first one I did was kind of, but it seems like age kind of got to that one, in a way that wasn't overly negative, but just kind of lost a bit of impact in the beer. That one was about 5 months old. Or 4 months old. This one is a bit over a month old, maybe about a month and a half, so it's 6 weeks old. So might be a little bit different story on this one. So let's rip into this, chainsaw the shit out of this motherfucker, and see what's what. So these are all double IPAs. They're just kind of a hop rotational series from Treehouse. I don't know. I've done a couple curiosities, but not that many. But what do we have there is, that's turkey gravy. That's chicken gravy, brother. Just rich, thick, fucking, spread that shit right on some fucking Thanksgiving dinner and you're good to go. Pinky finger of a off-white, kind of weird yellow tinty kind of head. Pretty rocky stuff. They usually talk about this nice, tight, compact bubble thing. You get a lot of hazies. If you look at this one, it has this kind of just rockiness all around it. Not necessarily a bad thing, just a little bit out of suit, even with kind of Treehouse kind of beers. Let's get a nose. Dank, man. I'm just getting a filthy dankiness. Like a little bit of onion, soft onion, not ranky onion, but a little bit of soft onion, a little bit of soft ganja weediness. Not much there as far as fruitiness. Maybe, gun to my head, like a soft, unsweetened OJ thing, but that's pretty much it. So yeah, just a little bit of that ranky greenness, a little bit of ranky onion, or unranky onion, just plain onion with that kind of soft OJ. Nothing too crazy. Let's dive in. Cheers. Way more expressive in the taste than the nose leads you to believe. But here's the thing. There's something weird going on here. I'm going to get to the bottom of it. There's a weird aftertaste. And it's not even an aftertaste. It's a throughout the whole beer kind of taste. Almost gives me like a medicinal cleaner vibe on it. So that's probably the most jarring, most expressive point of the beer. Maybe not the biggest portion of the beer. I think the bittering is probably the biggest portion of the beer. But that medicinal kind of thing in there, that soft kind of medicinal cleaner kind of thing. And by that I mean, like, I worked at a tattoo shop for 18 years. So a lot of times you use these kind of heavy industrial based kind of cleaners. And they're usually kind of dosed with some kind of like pleasant smelling thing, but beyond that pleasant smelling thing, you can smell the caustic chemicals you're dealing with, like maticide and cavicide, those kind of things that kill everything on Earth. Obviously, it's not that kind of level, but you get that kind of like citrus orange cleaner, like Gojo kind of orangeness to the beer itself, but then there's this kind of medicinal factor behind it, so it kind of just makes my brain kind of go there, and it's kind of hard to get past once you start thinking about it, to be perfectly honest with you. Outside of that, it's kind of OJ for days. Not overly sweet, but it's definitely there, and you get that kind of green bitterness, a little bit of soft onion, a bit more kind of weediness, and that's it. Okay, mouthfeel. Probably a bit thin for the beer it's trying to be, but all in all, not a bad beer. If you remove that medicinalness from it, it'd probably be like a world-class beer. But the way it sits now, it's not a bad beer. It's not like, I'm just going to drain pour this thing. But at the same time, it's probably one of my least favorite Treehouse beers I've ever had, to be perfectly honest with you. Yeah, it's very herky-jerky. A lot of times, one of the best things about Treehouse beers is that they have some kind of rhyme or reason to them. When you're listening to go to my typical analogy bullshit, you listen to a good album or you read a good story, there's a arc to it. There's a continuity to everything. Everything is playing a role to tell a story. Is that a little bit too deep when it comes to beer? I don't think so, but this one is just tastes like a bit of herky-jerkiness, a little bit of disconnectedness between all those flavors. Or even if this was the flavors were a little bit more in tune for what I like, I still think it wouldn't be an amazing beer just because it kind of tastes like individual flavors. And I think you guys know what I'm getting at when I say that kind of stuff. So it's fine. It's fun. It's whatever. It's Treehouse, but it just kind of lacks a continuity. And the way that medicinal thing comes off, it just doesn't really do it for me. So let's get to the chase. This is one of the better double IPAs I've had. Is like definitely on the outside, not in there. But at the same time, it's like I'm not hating on it. It's not a drain pour, but yeah. Value and availability. It's Treehouse, probably $5 a can, $4 to $5 a can. I'll leave you with if you like what we like this. If you like the medicinal flavors on top of the New School Hazy, this one will do you right. But other than that, yeah, just kind of meh. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers. If you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive. If you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a nice little Curiosity Hazy right now. And hopefully see you next time. Cheers.